Today on the Cooligans, people are trying to figure out how to deal with the coronavirus by making some badass banging beats.
That's right. Or maybe you could just get slapped with a couple leaves and drink some vodka.
So all this and more today on the Cooligans!
Yeah, baby!
That's that quarantine energy. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I can hear my wife in the other room go nuts. What are you doing?
Yeah, that wasn't really a yeah baby more than it was a cry for help.
It was a scream of please let me out of here, please. At this point, you know what I want? I want to catch a little mild version of this coronavirus. You know what I mean? A Corona Light. Let me get a Corona Light, and let me get through that, and then maybe I'll be fine.
I'm trying to watch my pandemic. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm trying to. I don't want to get too much phlegm. You know what I mean?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Christian Polanco.
And I'm Alexis Guerrero.
Right, we are the Cooligans. We are your favorite stand-up comedians that host the funniest soccer show that you have ever witnessed. And it is not only that.
No, it is not just that. It's also the gulliest. What up?
Okay, quarantine, no quarantine, pandemic, epidemics, doesn't matter. We still going.
No, I don't care. Anemic, whatever and anything you want in the MIC, we're good out here.
Okay, not even a zombie apocalypse can stop us from bringing you a soccer television show.
Hell no. And by the way, I'm tired of seeing y'all ordering stuff out from the outside on Instagram. What are y'all doing?
What do you mean? Just like
y'all are spreading. I mean, it stays on cardboard boxes, my guy. Spray everything down with bleach. Everything you own is tie-dye now. Wipe it all down with bleach.
So basically, starve. Don't order anything. That's Alexis's strategy.
Nah, just wipe down your apples with bleach. My God, no, I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So
Fubo's going to cut that out, right? They're like, please don't.
But yes, at least I'll put a disclaimer before the show begins. Yes, welcome everybody. This has been, at least I can speak for myself. It's getting more difficult every day, right? Emotionally, taxing. Obviously, being quarantined at home, and we all know it's for the right reasons, for the greater good. But it doesn't mean it's easy. It's difficult being this kind of a hero.
It's taking its toll. You know what I mean? And I think
sitting at home watching Netflix all day.
First of all, I've been busier these past 2 weeks than I have been previously. What's happening? How come I'm not getting a mini vacation here?
Yes, that's what we all sort of expected. This is paid leave, I think, from the government.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Everyone else is posting like watching Tiger King for the third time, and I'm like, I'd love to do that.
No, man, it's at least there's something therapeutic, about even just working, right? I think when work gets too overwhelming, people are like, man, I need a break. I wish I just didn't have to work. And then we all don't have to work, and it's like, oh man, I kind of want to work a little bit. So it's
what are you, the president of Belarus? You're like, you know what you need? He actually said, we'll be fine. They're not shutting Belarus. Not only are they still playing soccer, they're not shutting down the country.
Yeah.
They said we'll be fine because we have vodka and hot baths and sauna.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
That's how that.
Yeah, you'll forget you're dying of this disease because you'll be so drunk.
Yes, that was. I think we mentioned it last week briefly, but the Belarusian Premier League, the only Premier League I respect, is still going.
Yeah, I believe you just mean the Premier League.
I don't even know why I qualified it with saying Belarusian beforehand.
The redundancy of what you just said is pointless.
So yes, they're still playing games, and then I guess the president of the country was
well, the president of the Premier League said it first, and then the country was like, nah, man, I'll back my man up.
I think they're the same guy, to be honest.
Are they?
I don't know.
They might be.
No.
I think they were just both in the same sauna wearing a towel around their waist as they're getting slapped with leaves, just huge bamboo leaves.
Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good to be on top?
Look at me, coronavirus free.
Let's kiss. We're invincible.
I licked every pole on the way here.
Oh man! So look, out of some countries are have no respect for this disease that's genuinely killing people, and they're still going on with their lives, and we'll see what the consequences of that will be. But there,
can I tell you something? Wouldn't it be crazy if they're right? Wouldn't it be nuts if like no Belarusians die? Oh
yeah, that was the vaccine. Just
Dr. Fauci's like, shit, I didn't think I saw it.
These guys are brilliant. You see, he just burns his medical degree on air.
This is pointless.
So
now, someone tell me, is that my tractor double parked or is yours?
So the look, at least there's some and look, there is a lot of it's feeling more real every day, and it's hitting close to home, especially for us. And I did want to send out just some love and support to Jillian Sakovic of MLS. She posted a video a few days ago mentioning that she tested positive for COVID-19. So this stuff is scary, man. It is very, very real, and I know it gets difficult to stay home day after day, but you're genuinely helping, and you're being part of the solution, because this stuff is wild, man.
Yeah, I mean, and like it's across the board. I think the first infant to pass away with COVID-19 recently passed away. So it's every age group has fatalities in it. Just stay home. It's really not that difficult. I know there's a lot of people that are in positions that can't stay home, and I get that. And then maybe you could Google something or find a place or someone that can help you out. And I really hope that you find the help you need. But if you are able to stay home, please stay home. And shouts to all the healthcare workers. My wife in particular, who has to run to these into a hospital that has multiple COVID floors on it. All the healthcare workers that are posting videos up online, they're asking you to stay home. If you're not doing it for yourself, do it for them. They're fighting on the front lines. This is literally what this is. One of the hospitals in New York City has a refrigerator truck for all the bodies, because there's not enough room in the morgue. If that's not enough reason for you to stay home, then I don't know what to tell you. Then you know what? Let me put on a lot of gloves, and I'll show up to your house in a full outbreak suit and smack you in the face. Can I do that?
Take that, dummy.
Yeah, stay at home. We'll be right back with more after this. This is what you paid for, Fubo. Okay? Who took the dump in the bathroom? Me. Who stole all the toilet paper? Me. This is what you purchased. That's right, baby. We're back here on the Cooligans.
Correct. And look, a lot of people, obviously soccer is not happening outside of Belarus, but a lot of people are
because they don't listen. They don't care.
They're not gonna start anytime soon.
They'll play the game in the sauna if you think they're gonna stop.
Okay, the goalkeeper's holding a vodka bottle. It's crazy.
Buddy, that's a mixologist.
No, so
he doesn't stop shots. He makes them. Okay.
Okay, that's it. I mean, if that's not an ad for like some vodka company, I don't know what.
Am I getting creative in the quarantine?
No. So a lot of people are handling it their own way, and we have to discuss out of Liberia. This has been kind of wild because Liberian President and former player George Weah
Former legend.
Absolute legend. Where he played?
Dad of American national team player Timo Weah.
Timothy Weah, correct. And how embarrassed must Timothy be right now that his father
embarrassed? I mean, he wishes he could drive around town banging this joint out of whatever car he drives, because George Weah, you may remember him as successful political candidate at Liberia, superstar soccer player,
president.
Legend.
Yes, he's a president of Liberia.
Yeah, he's a successful candidate.
Yeah, just give him a little bit more credit than just he ran a successful campaign.
Couldn't do the job, but he did that. Well, anyway, not only is he an amazing president of Liberia so far, he took time out to say, hey, yo, Drake, you ain't as good as you think you are, my guy.
Okay.
You think you could make one dance? You think you could take a little Afro beat and make a joint out of it? I got this. Not only will I do that, I'll also save the world. Okay, because he made that coronavirus song.
Yes.
Which is...
And there's been a couple.
So part of it sounds like they're rooting on coronavirus.
You can do it, Corona. No, so he they made a warning, a song about basically to uplift the world, in regards to coronavirus, and it is definitely it is a we are the world, we are the children type of track. But with a little bit more flair, it slaps a little harder than just something like that.
It's like the only thing missing was like, if Young Metro don't trust you, he gonna cough on you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We just need a strong producer. We need Take Keith. Yeah. We need Take Keith on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, you know what to do. Take Keith.
So so there's a couple amazing lines in it, and George Weah is kind of singing, feels like a little reggae-y kind of singing, kind of speech or whatever.
I hate to compare him to this person, but it's like a late R. Kelly, where you're like, is he rapping or singing? I can't really understand what's happening here. It's like Trapped in the Closet. You're like, and then he's walking down the street, and you're like, well, you're not really singing. You're just adding a little melody to a conversation. That's all you're really doing.
So it's a little bit of that, but he has a couple hilarious lines that seem a little oddly out of touch. He says like, it's a dangerous disease that it can affect your father, your mother, or even your sister.
Yeah, I mean, that's how far down this disease is willing to go. What's happening in Liberia?
It'll even go after your sisters. Those beings we barely respect.
Yeah, that secondary line of defense. I just think he needed an extra syllable in there and didn't realize it sounds.
I can't write a song. I mean, look, I'm not judging that.
No, and if I did, it wouldn't be a grade A slapathon like this was. I'm not even kidding. It starts off kind of corny. Once you get to the middle of it, I don't know anything about music. Is that called the bridge? I have no idea. Once you get to the GWB, it hits so hard. I'm not even joking. Like you messing with it. Like if they played this at like the Caribbean joint while you were getting some, I don't know, whatever. You're getting some, doubles at a Trinidadian spot, and this was playing. It'd be in the mood. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't bat an eye. You would be like, okay, this is the music from your country. I see. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Word. Okay. Well, thank you for playing your local radio. Okay. Or maybe you're at a West African spot. And you're like, let me get some more jollof rice. Also, I'm gonna put up a little Shazam right now because I'm feeling whatever this beat is right here.
Because I need to add this to my Spotify playlist immediately.
Okay, I want nothing but trap music, drill music, and whatever this is.
Because this new genre that you're playing right now needs to get on my playlist quickly.
Right? Is this a Pop Smoke B-side that I didn't hear?
So, look, you appreciate that the contribution, President Weah. We'll see what the this is really a point made to all the other presidents of all the other countries. Like, yo, you gonna come back at me or what? You
got 24 hours to respond, my guy. I can't wait to hear the Belarus remix.
Oh man, it is just gonna be one long swear.
Yeah. Is he drunk? Well, yeah. He's trying to cure the disease.
Hey, okay, look, different countries apply different medicine, okay? You know.
Yeah, you trying to get a vaccine? My man's got great alcohol. Let it go.
Speaking of other coronavirus songs, there's another one. There's a Dominican one. I don't know if you heard that one.
No.
It's
you talking about Cardi B?
No. A Dominican, like a dembow one. I forgot the name of the guy that did it, but that one slaps pretty hard. Also, there's a cumbia version of coronavirus. It slaps pretty hard too.
It doesn't matter what nightclub you're not allowed in. We have a song for you.
Okay, so look, this virus is bringing people together in a way we did not really expect. You know, it's.
I can't wait until the Twitter, whoever handles the Twitter for New Jersey, when they have a song. I mean, wow.
Yes,
it's gonna be calling all y'all out.
So look, some people are not are making music to cope, but there are also people that are doing.
Please, Trump, do not make a song.
Please do not. And you know what? Quick.
Have you guys heard "I Was Right the Whole Time" by Trump? Actually, not that bad.
That'd be terrible if it's good. Oh my God, no.
Oh, imagine it hit hard and you were like, no.
You're not supposed to be able to do this.
Oh God.
Oh my God. But no, there are people doing some positive things. We should talk about Marcus Rashford from Manchester United, who just, I believe, either donated or raised a ton of money for kids, like school meals, because a lot of children rely on those meals, just for nutrition.
It's a huge issue here in New York City too.
Yeah.
New York City is actually giving out boxed lunches and 3 meals a day to students, which is insane. There's a lot of kids in the city here that can't really even afford to feed themselves, or their families can't afford to feed them, and they were dependent on the school lunches. And apparently the same thing in England. So shouts to Marcus Rashford for doing that. He works with an organization that is doing it. So he even gave a nice quote about his childhood growing up, that he wasn't able to eat anything if it wasn't for school until his family got home later that night. But he said even he felt he was more fortunate. There's a lot of kids that don't even have that option when their family gets home. So, dude, shouts to Marcus Rashford.
When I was a kid, that was where I got, especially during the summer. That's where I got breakfast. I went to my elementary school and got breakfast. That was the only place I ate because my mom went to work and stuff like that. So it is crucial to a lot of people. So that is a cool thing. The other one was Anthony Taylor, the referee for in the Premier League, also signed up to be a volunteer. I think at his sister's hospital. I think his sister is a doctor.
Yeah, his sister's a doctor. And he said that, she's in the front lines and she's seeing a lot of really bad stuff, and she's, for the lack of a better term, busting her ass. So he felt it was the least he could do was become a volunteer and try to help out in the same hospital.
So that's, you love to see it, that kind of support. And I mean,
he spent the whole time trying to give a red card to the disease, which just doesn't work, dude.
Imagine, look, he's going to come back to refereeing when the Premier League gets back, and people are still going to boo him. They don't care.
Yeah. Although the first time he coughs, everyone's going to be like, okay, all right. I'm not arguing,
All right. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. So a couple of things we should talk about. One of them is trying to figure out when this nightmare ends. What's soccer gonna look like, and how are some of these leagues gonna finish? We already know, and we confirmed. We spoke about it a little bit last week, but we confirmed the Olympics officially moved to 2021. Copa America moved to 2021. All those summer tournaments as well. So now we have the summer for especially the leagues in Europe to play out their games and figure out what they're going to do to actually complete these seasons.
Especially with Premier League and Bundesliga and all the European leagues, they're almost done.
Yeah.
So there's all this interest. Is well, what do we do, right? We can't just leave it here. And when you have a system like promotion and relegation and Champions League and all these other things, how you finish the season makes everything else sort of tick. It's like the qualifiers for everything else. So it's kind of really difficult to say, like, I mean, MLS, if you had to cancel, it's 2 games into the season. It's not that big of a deal. You could just sort of pick up and start it over. But what do you do in Europe?
Exactly. Right. So, yeah, I think people are less concerned about MLS, and obviously because the calendar is different. But some of the suggestions that people have made for European leagues, at least the Premier League, are kind of what is happening in China, right? So if you haven't seen these stories, especially about how China's handling basketball, they're thinking about having all their teams play all their games in 2 cities. So they'll basically have like an Olympic village for all the players, and then they all play their games in a smaller city or more of a confined area, so they can.
Now, I don't know if you know this. We've never talked about this, but one day I got on a very deep, long YouTube rabbit hole, and there's one guy who's been arrested multiple times in China. What he does is he takes like professional drones and he flies them through cities that exist but no one lives in China. Like China created like a Detroit or like a Cleveland, and no one ever moved in, and like it's just there. I'm not even like, there's water fountains, there's statues, there's multiple buildings, schools, no one lives in it. Everyone go there. It's like, yo, one will be the Premier League city, and obviously I mean Belarus. The other one will be the Bundesliga city, and like you could just play your games there.
But once they hear that it's like Detroit or like Cleveland, they're like, no thanks.
I think that's why no one moved in. They were like, well, why would you do that?
Why are you marketing it this way?
I feel like this is a missed opportunity. You could have said anything.
You could have said Paris. You could have said New York.
That was on the list.
You went with the wrong, example. No, so that's kind of been one of the suggestions, and one of the ideas put forth was to play all the games in the Midlands of England, so that obviously I think it's less populated. Maybe there's also less cases of coronavirus, so that I think that
it's very countryside-ish out there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I know that there's a lot of cities like Leeds, and there's a lot of cities that I guess are considered Midlands. You know, but they're closer, I believe, along the water. Once you get to the middle of that country, it's kind of pretty barren. So that might be a great place for it. I just don't know where you'd put everyone up. It would be like the soldiers quartered in your house. Like, all right, well, you know, Harry Kane, you live with this nice family. You know.
Yeah, that'd be adorable.
That'd be kind of cool, yo. Mom is making you breakfast.
What's for breakfast, Mom?
Yeah. All right, Mom. This is nice. Full English. I'm a professional athlete. I can't really eat all that. I don't know if my English accent's any good. I might have went Irish there for a little bit.
So, best of luck. We'll see what happens, man. It's gonna be an interesting conclusion, especially when all this is over. All right, so
just go to Chinese Detroit.
We'll be back right after this, everybody.
Hi, I'm Max Bredos, and you're watching the Cooligans! Get out of here.
That's right, baby. We're back. Right here on the...
We did it again.
We did.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you watch the show on Thursday at 8 p.m. We are going to be joined by Fafa Pico of FC Dallas. So we're excited. I guess we've wanted to have on the show for a long time, so we're happy to do that. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channels at Fubo Sports. Follow us on all social media at Fubo Sports, at Soccer Cooligans. And
speaking of social media, we're going to have on Wednesday, we're going to have DJ stuff. We're doing a little party. We're going to do a little DJ set on our social media on Instagram.
That's right. So on Instagram Live, we're going to be DJing with the Chicago Fire DJ. He's going to be DJing, and you can watch him there. He's going to be playing some FIFA tracks. So it's going to be dope. So make sure you tune in. That's going to be at 9 p.m. on Wednesday. So with that said, my name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerreros, and together, what are we?
The Cooligans!